The Dow Jones Industrial Average closing down today, falling 89 points. The index, though, up about 5% for the year. Let's look at the S&P 500, also falling today, down 9 points. So far this year, 2012, a 7% gain for the S&P 500. The Nasdaq also moving lower today, a fall of 23 points. It is up 11.5% in this wonderful stock trading year. Total volume for stocks traded 6.7 billion shares, a decline of about not more than 9%. And let's take a quick look at the U.S. bond market. The yield on the 10-year, 199, just below 2. The 30-year, there it is, 3.13 if you want to lend your money to Uncle Sam for 30 years. Let's look at the euro versus the dollar, 131.97. There we go. Stocks declining today as Europe's plan to save Greece from default appeared to unravel, but then a little improvement coming later in the day. For more on today's trading, let's go to Deborah Kostroun at the New York Stock Exchange. Deborah.
Thanks a lot, Pimm. So we didn't close on the lows of the day, but Greece certainly in the spotlight as we are very concerned about the situation in Greece. But traders still say it's just the lack of resolution is what is keeping the markets down. And also not helping was the fact that confidence among American consumers dropping more than forecast. Also, Fed Chairman Ben Bernanke kind of agreeing today and talking about foreclosures, saying that foreclosures will remain high. He also says the state of the housing and the mortgage markets may actually be holding back the economic recovery, Pimm.
Now, Deborah, we've been on a roll with earnings, right? I mean, 68% of companies have actually beat earnings expectations, but this week, well, the market's a little bit lower.
Just a little bit, Pimm, here. And one of the things that we did do, we have been on a really good roll, but we snapped a 5-week rally here. And as you can see, not a whole lot of change, but also you have to remember the market is at some pretty lofty levels. And in fact, take a look at our year-to-date numbers because they're still very impressive here. You have the S&P up more than 6.5%, the Dow up almost 5%, and the Nasdaq still up about 11.5%. So still some pretty good gains, and we've been talking about that all this past week. Now, LinkedIn, this is just one stock, as Pimm was mentioning, so many companies beating expectations. Well, LinkedIn, the stock jumping 17% in today's session. A really good showing, especially since the company just went public last May. This is after their earnings. Their fourth quarter sales more than doubled and profit topped analyst estimates. They saw an increase in advertising and also subscription revenue as well. That's it from here, Pimm. Back to you.
Thank you very much. Deborah Kostroun reporting from the New York Stock Exchange, giving us the details on LinkedIn.